Hi folks, hello.
Hi,
Welcome to Sussex Campervans. I'm Daniel,
I'm Kate.
and we've just come on quickly to do a live stream video and talk about yesterday's budget. First budget of 2020, the first of Rishi Sunak's as well. Didn't he do well? Well, he did well for motorhomes and campervanners, and that's what we want to talk about. So we've made a few notes. We're getting asked a lot of questions here, so we want to just let you know some of the good news. So what have you got for us, Kate?
Okay, the main point, road tax hike has been revoked. So
Revoked.
at last, we're not going to have to pay a huge amount, like over £2,000 when we first register your campervan. And we've also got fuel duties been frozen,
Fuel duty frozen?
and loads of money has been thrown at fixing the potholes and the roads
Oh yes.
around the country.
Got to get rid of those pesky
So we have to
potholes.
travel without falling down holes.
So to
And-
unpack these things, so the first one, the biggest one as far as I'm concerned, is there was absolutely excellent news. I see if we've got there in the feed. The first point is that fuel duty. No, the fuel duty is the second point. The most important, I think, for us is that the tax hike's been revoked. They lumped us in with supercars. They were saying a campervan is a luxury, and if you have one, it's a luxury good, and you've got to pay over £2,000 road tax in the first year, and it carries on at a high rate for the first 5 years of ownership. Well, we didn't think that was fair. I went to see my MP. I went to see someone else I know who's in the Lords, and I wrote a few emails. But it wasn't just me. I can't take the credit. Lots of people campaigned and said, look, this is silly. I mean, I don't think a campervan's a luxury, do you, Kate?
No, I think it's an essential.
It's a
really.
necessity, yes, for everybody's sanity and good health, yes. Campervan is required, and very good for self-isolation as well. If you need to self-isolate, do it in a campervan. Don't be stuck at home. But in all seriousness, it's really sensible. It should never have been introduced. Now, campervans are back in the same category as a commercial vehicle. So if you buy a van for your trade or your business, you pay, I think, what have we got? Is it 265 in road tax every year?
Yes.
And that's not related to emissions. It's just because it's a van. It's private light goods, they call it. And so the great news is campervans are back in that category where they belong. So you know what you're going to have to spend. It's not going to change much because, of course, a van is a necessity for many businesses, and they need to be able to predict their cash flow and their outgoings. So 265 this year. I think it's 270 from April. And that's in common with how it's been the last few years. They've stuck a fiver on every year, which is sort of an inflation-sized increase. So that's great news. If you buy a campervan, you're not going to get stung by someone wrongly thinking you're buying a Lamborghini. So that's good, isn't it? So what was your second one, Kate? Our fuel duty.
Fuel duty, yeah.
Fuel
It's
duty.
been frozen for the 10th year in a row, so that's really good. I mean, it was
10
already quite a lot of fuel duty on there anyway.
It's something like 58 pence a litre is tax,
yeah.
isn't it?
So enough is enough, really. That's good.
And I think what it shows as well is an abiding medium-term confidence in vehicles that run on petrol and diesel. We all know it's going to be electric in the end, don't we? But how long is the end? And as John Maynard Keynes famously said, in the long run, we're all dead. So, of course, not that is meant to sound negative. But, well, I think if we wait till all the lights are on green before heading for town, we'll never leave the house, will we?
I agree. You've got to live now.
You have to
enjoy
live.
yourself.
You have to live and do what you need to do.
Absolutely.
So I think we all know that the motor industry is changing, but the reality is, I mean, we have Euro 6 diesel vehicles in the workshop here. When you start the engine, you can hardly smell anything nowadays. It's so clean. Someone even said they could snort the exhaust pipe. I don't recommend trying that at home. So I think the government's shown a medium-term confidence in petrol and diesel vehicles by saying, no, we're not going to penalise you for owning one. Enough's enough. And I, for one, am relieved. I think that's very sensible. And I look forward to my first electric campervan when I get one. But until then, I shall be enjoying my diesel one and driving it carefully and sparingly.
Of course.
And quite a lot.
and well, we can't really go across Europe very much at the moment, can we? So
Bit limited just at the moment.
People are looking forward to exploring Britain and Scotland and Ireland. Much more than ever before. So I think it's great that they're spending all this money on the roads.
Ah, yes, the potholes.
Fixing
Tell
them.
us about the potholes. How much are they investing?
Oh goodness, it's £2.5 billion to fix potholes and resurface the roads.
And how many potholes?
Over 5 years.
I wonder how many potholes you can do for 2.5 billion.
2.5 billion,
So
yeah.
probably just about
And
the ones around me.
And there's another 600 billion to be spent on roads, rail, broadband, all that kind of
it's a lot of
thing.
money.
And then motorways, 27 billion for motorways and arterial roads.
And they're going to do
the
something.
Tunnel.
Oh, the 303, yes,
Yeah,
down to Cornwall, very
that
important.
well-known traffic jam
Down to
by
Stonehenge. And a
It's gonna be
popular place for campervans to drive. So my lobbying has obviously made a big impact on everyone in the government. So it's good news.
Yeah, yeah. What about the interest rates? Though,
Yes,
that's going down from 0.75% to 0.25%. Will that make any difference to anyone?
Well, it's a bold gesture, isn't it? I mean, I think the obvious thing is if you've got your money sitting in the bank, don't let it rot there. Buy a campervan instead. and if you're someone who wants to pay monthly and prefers to finance their things, of course, we're now seeing through our finance people some of the very lowest rates we've ever been offered. So it's never been cheaper per month to own a campervan either. So from that point of view, that's definitely a win-win.
Best time to borrow, best time not to be
saving. Spend your money.
Yeah, save up to a point, but not to a silly amount.
I think it's that thing again of being decisive and saying actually
live now. What are you saving it for?
Now you sound spendthrift. She's very frugal. Kate's very frugal, which is noted for her frugality and wisdom and thriftiness. Well, the key thing was to tell you about the fix to the mistake they made about road tax, because that was really silly and it had a lot of people very concerned, and we'd actually found ways around it so it wasn't directly affecting our current customers. But the good news is it isn't going to affect our future ones either. And great news on the fuel tax. Anything else we should mention? I think that's probably covered it. I think it is a good point to mention in this time when everyone's concerned about viruses and things, that in all seriousness, staying in the UK has never looked so good, has it? I mean, we get customers anyway saying, I've had too many cruises, I can't face another one, before all this recent stuff. I've had too many package holidays. I just want to be able to relax and sing my own tune, have my own agenda, and stay in England or in Scotland for that matter, or Wales. I shouldn't forget mentioning Ireland, but lots of people doing the Scottish routes, the NC 500, aren't there?
Loads of people are planning to go to Scotland, not just the NC 500 route, but other places in the Highlands as well. And several people have said Barra and the Outer Hebrides. All sorts of areas.
I tell you one place
I'd explored this year.
I tell you one place I'd really like to spend some time is in Wales, because I've done a little bit of Wales, but it's so unspoilt, isn't it? And it's so verdant, and it does rain a lot, but that's why you're in a campervan, not in a tent.
Yeah, definitely.
And of course Cornwall's always great. So actually, I think this is going to be a year when more and more people are staying in England and exploring, like we all used to do years ago, rather than feeling the need to jet off to foreign climes just because it's a holiday.
Yeah,
so some good news. Do feel free to put comments in. Do feel free to ask questions underneath this video, and we'll be sending out an email detailing some of these things in more depth later on today. And we look forward to seeing you at Sussex Campervans. Do give us a call. Of course, you know the number. It's 01403 336369. Or email hello@sussexcampervans.com. Come and see me. Come and see Kate. Kate's our resident storyteller. If you don't know who she is, she writes our Campervan Lifestyle magazine every month. She does a lot on our blog, and she sees all our clients when they come in for service and habitation warranty work. We have a 3-year warranty on all our products, and we have a big aftercare program. And Kate's the one who greets people and hears their stories, makes the coffee, makes them feel really welcome. Right here in our lifestyle lounge. I'll give you a quick look around. Here we are. Just shouldn't be moving these cameras, should I? This is the lifestyle lounge, and in here is where we bring. I don't know if you can see that. We've got some things in the sort of shop configuration. We've got fast Wi-Fi and leather sofas and things, and there's places to sit and enjoy. So do come and see us soon and get in touch. And thanks for watching our video. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.